Well, our panel was split on their analysis and their predictions of who's going to win this game 3. Let's find out if we're split or if we are of similar mind, SVG.
All right, on 3, we're going to both say who we think is going to win this game.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Aurora.
Oh, sorry.
I knew you were going to say some stupid shit.
OG.
OG.
The battle begins.
It's Seb from the 3rd row with a tweet, but no, it's going to be
he pushed him away from the arrow.
Not the earliest synergy shown here from Aurora.
Uh-oh.
I might have distracted them, but I feel like something always goes wrong for Jabs Mars early game.
Seriously, man.
This man is just struggleville for like the first 10 minutes, and then it's fine. But I don't know, the early game spellcasting. I am not as unconvinced by Team Spirit's draft as I think that panel was.
Okay. Tell me about it. Why do you believe in them?
Because I see the vision. I see a world where Primal Beast, the largest strength gain in Dota 2, next to Tiny, the 2nd largest strength gain in Dota 2, get infested and boosted to such meat levels that they're untouchable. And then you add a Sunray to that monstrosity. And then you add a Grimstroke Swell to that monstrosity. And you take it and you charge it in. And you jam it into your opponent's face. That is a torpedo from hell, my friend. And if that comes together, well, we're going to be replaying that music at Aurora's funeral.
Okay, I can actually kind of jam with that. I just think that Wind Ranger doesn't really run out of damage.
Meat torpedo, Austin.
Okay.
Giant meat torpedo. And you launch it. It's cool. Therefore, I support it on instinct alone. But yes, it does look like quite a good Wind Ranger game in some aspects. And they lack a little bit of control for the Storm if he gets BKB. But Meat Torpedo.
I think Storm is another hero that doesn't really run out of damage at some point, with the Parasma build especially.
Parasma's going to be really good this game. They get their ET amp on top of it. You're running Power Shot in, Mirana Starfall, Mars damage. There's so much magic scaling damage in this lineup.
I do agree with what you're saying. Like, Mars...
Oh, you agree with the torpedo analysis.
I don't like the meat torpedo.
Well, nobody likes it, Austin. Nobody likes the meat torpedo.
I think your mother would disagree, but...
What the hell, dude? We're live. Hello? Hello?
It's just a Friday night for her.
You literally might be watching this. What is wrong with you? I would never say that live. Like, I would say it backstage every time.
You absolutely would.
No, I've never said anything about your mom live on air.
You think that was the worst thing we've done?
I used the cough button like a distinguished gentleman, and I move on with my cast. That was uncalled for.
I agree with Mars, Mirana,
actually unhinged,
and Elder Titan in some ways, like the way he amps up damage. I think that trio may actually, kind of have a hard time being able to burst down heroes until Earthsplitter comes in and until the Wind Ranger and Storm Spirit don't really run out of damage. You're really stuck on that, aren't you? Man, he managed to get him. How did he get him? Blood grenade? Had to be a blood grenade, right?
Yeah, sure, man. Sure.
Power shot, collapse shot. Oh, he disappeared.
Where'd he go?
The Wind Realm took him. What was that? He got turned into air.
I mean, it's the flower thing from the Arcana, but that looked incredibly stupid. He's back, though.
Yeah, he's back after they give 2 kills to Aurora, so we actually didn't even talk about laning phase. Yeah, Are Aurora favored?
This ET Wind Ranger lane, I think I've talked about this lane before. This lane's incredibly good. I think it's my favorite ET lane in the current meta, just because Wind Ranger is arguably the strongest laning core if you play the trades well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's dependent on matchups, but like blind. Power Shot is just a hell of a spell. And the extra slow, the burst damage for the ET, be able to guarantees him a favorable trade. It's a very strong lane, and it has put 23 in at prime position to carry this game. In fact, all 3 lanes are going Aurora's way. They have come to play in this early game.
It was kind of crazy that I remember looking at that change and being like, they gave a slow to power shot, but didn't nerf the damage at all.
Can't nerf the damage.
Why not?
That's what makes power. It's power shot, not weak shot.
Okay, well then why did they give it to slow? I'm just saying you can't like.
I'm not Ice Front. Why don't you ask him?
I'm just saying that abilities are able, like, if you have an ability that does more than 300 damage, then it probably shouldn't have a disable with it as well, right?
Black hole.
A regular basic ability.
Fissure with the talent upgrade. Ooh, Lornoff gets ganked.
Nice move. Something you kind of need. This Tiny Storm matchup is not the most fun in the early part of the lane, right? For Tiny.
I feel like this is something we've not seen out of Team Spirit this series, is the mid rotations being too successful for them. Like a lot of these games, it feels like they've missed on the big power runes. Laurel kind of got put on an island. That game when he was Tiny, they just let him farm to blink, but they never made a move to him early. This is the first time I feel like Lornoff has been pressured in the lane by the supports, whereas Laurel solo killed him last game. That was good. But Aurora have kind of had their number. They have brought people for these power runes every time. Unfortunately, they're going to lose it here with the 3-on-2, but
A little unlucky.
Collapse
Power shot slows him down. Collapse still going to be able to catch up to him for a couple more hits. Not enough, though.
Yeah, double
If anything,
bracer.
might still chase after him with the power shot. Hasted Tiny. Gonna run down Ollie. Tosses him into the river. To the Firebird. And Ollie is dead.
Man, that Wraith is so good in this game. There's a reason he took it early here. Utility is just massive versus the Storm, the Wind Ranger, R's, ET want to get chain locks off.
Combine it with Fire Spirits to slow down the attack speed so you can't even kill him.
Very nice combination. They go back to it. And we're starting to see a meta develop at this tournament. It's an interesting one too because I feel like it's less item centric than a lot of the past metas, and it's becoming more hero centric again, which we haven't seen for a while. It's kind of interesting. I'll be curious to see if some items start to drive the hero choices more as the tournament progresses, but right now it feels like teams are just fighting over heroes specifically because of what they can offer in the game in terms of spellcasting, more than, okay, we're going to pick an offlaner who builds Shivas every game.
I haven't really looked at this top lane too much, but I think the problem whenever you see Lifestealer is this hero just able to exist in lane non-stop? They're going to try and put a stop to it. The arrow comes in just at the right time. He actually had a half second there, I think, where he could have ranged, but
it looked like he could get it.
He did not know that the additional firepower was coming in. Yatoro actually respect Tip's jabs. Wow.
See here. Yeah, surely that was a frame enough to get it, right?
Yeah, Rage is instant, so...
I mean, very good gank. Very good gank. We're talking about a Lifestealer sitting there. They get him. Another power room contest. I mean, Tiny's just a beast in these exchanges. They bring the Wind Ranger.
Yeah, an early rotation from 23 Savage.
I like it. I like that. That is a way to punish this Tiny on that rune battle.
They missed the power rune again, though.
But it will get forced out here, so you're not giving it to the Tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just unlucky, right? Though maybe Laura would have gotten that, to be honest. So maybe lucky in a way. And more gold in the 23 Savage's pocket as he is climbing that board fast, man. He is having a tremendous early game here. This is similar to that game one where he just got off to a fast start and never looked back.
Radiant's bottom tower
This is not an easy matchup for Yatoro. I don't think there's any world in which you're going to convince me Lifestealer beats Wind Ranger in that 3 to 4 item range, you know?
Right, yeah.
Maybe some weird nullifier in action later. Maybe your team can dispel him and you can lock him down.
Got him again. Is this the first damage? It is.
Damn.
A second kill on the Lifestealer. Man, I posed that question and Aurora's like, let me start you right there. We already got this well in handed.
Super nice.
They haven't taken the tower or anything, but they've certainly shut down the Lifestealer a bit.
I mean, when you dial lane as Lifestealer, it's a completely different hero. So 2 deaths already for Yatoro. They are very happy with how this early game is going.
Ooh, we thought he was going to sneak a kill on Maposhka. Doesn't quite work for him. Arrow cuts through. It actually hits the Tiny.
No
that
detection.
is massive. Moonlight Shadow. They don't have the vision. They hit him with the avalanche. 23's like, wait a minute. They don't actually see me. I'm good. Maposhka, not so much.
Just chopped him down with the stapler.
Trying to hit a stop there. Interrupted by the onslaught. 23 still trying to play the outskirts here. Lorinov collects the kill on the Phoenix. They gonna go for more? They could try. But those are big tanky boys. Probably don't have the damage for him.
Early earn for Q. Giving him some extra damage for the skirmish as well. And their lineup's just so strong in these like random fights. Or Lotuses or runes or whatever it is. Well, especially the levels Q has gotten out of top, man. He's gotten so much off those Lifestealer kills, and now he can give it back into another lane. And Aurora are cruising here, up 2K already. They really shut down Collapse, which is a big component of shutting down this team in general. So he is, I still think, their biggest playmaker in terms of the team fighting and dictating how those go. If Q can follow up this momentum, 2-0-3, still got an earn charge, level 6.5. This is exactly where you want to be with this hero.
Vessel would go a long way to help cutting down some of these big tanky boys.
I mean, he has his choice, right? There's very good aura game. Greaves, Pipe are both very good here. Glimmers are good. Four Staffs are good. All the utility is really nice for kiting out this triple melee core lineup from Team Spirit. So would not be surprised to see him go that Greaves if he really wants it. Even Yules are not bad here. Yules, these heroes going in, can dodge some of the Phantom, Fire Spirits. See what he opts for down the line. As quick smoke, they're going to get 23 involved again here as he's working his way towards Maelstrom. He's just so strong off the stats alone, and they're going straight back into mid. Probably looking for that Tiny, but they will happily take a Phoenix.
What I think is really cool about that is that it's like a little twofer, right? They smoked to bottom, didn't find anything, and then they used the rest of that smoke to get 23 into the mid lane.
Definitely forcing a lot of Spirit off the map. When you're looking at that mini-map, it's heroes in the jungle. That means some extra tower damage. Looking at Glyph out of them as well. All the pressure in this early game has been Aurora applying it. Team Spirit continue to search for something around these runes. They're going to bring multiple cores.
Trying to cover that power rune. Laurel just walking into a group of them here.
Want to force it.
Splitter really well placed. Actually hits Laurel. Got him down to half HP. Now he's going to be pulled back by Lorinov. Silence goes off, but it doesn't stop the Aurora flood of heroes running at this Tiny.
All 5 for that rune. I mean, they didn't even get the rune, but they got Laurel.
They are losing a tower in the meanwhile, so they kind of need to make this worth it.
Is this the team we saw not do anything for 60 minutes yesterday? I'm confused.
Yeah, they woke the hell up.
They have definitely washed their face. Find another shackle, but no follow-up.
Oh, got him on the edge. Okay, jabs. Great read of that situation.
This is not spiraling yet, but this is a lot of momentum. A lot of momentum for this lineup that can take advantage of it. They're just going to pick you off on the map if you give them this big a lead. Storm's going to set everything up. You have arrow follow-up on any of the stomps, the pulls, the shackles, the spears. It's a great Mirana game. This is exactly what you want in a Mirana sort of ET lineup. 3 cores who can go in, set stuff up with disables, and still offer you good single target damage. ET Mirana just love that. They're going to play behind you all day and make the team fights easy. Because then every stun is a threat of you just getting 100 to 0.
Yeah.
And that just makes it incredibly spooky to defend these towers. Very difficult to take fights outside of a vision advantage or smoke for Team Spirit, who are still lacking that initiation power on the Tiny and the Primal. Jab's just going to make another flank, try and catch the bird.
Missed out on the God's Rebuke, trying to interrupt the dive away. Good attempt. Another thing I like about this Aurora lineup, this is actually one of my favorite counters back in the day. I used to do Snapfire all the time against Phoenix, but I really like the Mirana, right? The combination, maybe it doesn't work quite as well as Snapfire, but the bonus is that you have better mobility. Get enough attack speed that you can challenge, you can kill the egg by yourself for early levels.
It's a nice little extra bonus.
Yeah.
Nice stop, sets everything up here.
Oh, it hits Maposhka as well, so 2-for-1 special.
Dang, they are rolling, man.
This team looks good right now, man.
Tspirit just not taking the fight back. They're just happy to lead a couple of kills and trade net worth. Try and come up with something later. They're gonna have to fight eventually.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Big part of this is definitely just having Lifestealer, right? Well, Lifestealer versus Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger can get involved. Lifestealer can't.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Especially when he got arrow killed twice on lane.
Yeah, that's for
Very slow game.
Jabs.
That was the blink reveal, technically. Jab is just firing on all cylinders today.
Prize is mine.
Reminding them who the CEO is.
Bounty.
Radiant are scanning.
Scan Yatoro. Dangerous to go in there without smoke. Just don't know where the defensive vision is.
Aurora, what are you up to here? Kind of 4-stacked mid and have been for the last 30 seconds. Seem like they're not sure exactly what they want to do here. Jabs is like, okay, I'm gonna go just push out top then. And if they're gonna be farming these 2 lanes.
All right, here is what we've been waiting for.
The Infest bomb.
That's right, the torpedo
Cometh.
but they can't see any.
Yeah, problem is you need some sonar to ping out where Aurora is. They keep on missing on these initiations for Laurel.
This is time you're wasting while 23 is a farming.
Yeah, they are going to double back really quickly to this bottom lane. So they still might catch 23 with this.
Where their one obs
Going to
is
start running. They have to dive into the tier 2. This is going to be a little scary. Shackle shot lands. He couldn't actually get the grab. 23 is slowed down, though. He's going to get grabbed by the rest of these heroes, but are they going to be able to get out safely? Supernova will protect them. That's a nice move from Mira to cover their... Oh, and they actually got Aurora. Beautiful Soulbind catches the Mars. Double toss is over. Double toss finishes off the Mars. Laurel is under the shot of Lordoff. He's going to jump forward and might just be able to finish him off. He does with that last little sip. He gets him in the end. Ollie tries to go over the stomp, but Rage is back up for Yatoro.
He's just climbing to the back of that team fight. I don't know why I used that word, but I couldn't come up with anything else. He just chomps through the 4 for 1. Laurel makes it back to that fight in the right place at the right time. And just a sick double toss off the Soulbind there. A nice find from Collapse, using the 1 deep obs they had on that map to find the 1 hero they wanted to find.
They're going to try.
I mean, that's a hard go. That's a very hard goal unless you shackle him off the creep.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe he was going to zip grab him at max range and then maybe hit the shackle.
It's also worth mentioning that was focus fire going into the blade mail on the primal, I think. I just sealed 23's fate, though I don't think he was getting out of there.
I think it was on the Lifestealer, right?
He died pretty fast. Either way, this blade mail is going to be an issue for him because when Collapse just charges in, you don't want to focus fire him.
Yeah. It is kind of a problem when you can't actually target that guy
Dire's top tower
when he dives so deep into your team.
That's what I'm saying. The HP buff that Collapse is representing here with the blade mail and all the spells behind him that's the strength of this lineup. Like even here, you don't want to jump him here, man. It's not an easy go.
Dire's top tower.
I also want to point out the Q. We're discussing what he wants to build this game. He's going back for Ags on this Mirana.
Yeah, you literally listed like 8 utility items that would have been good this game, and he's going none of them.
I disagree with this, but obviously it's a disagreement in philosophy, right? This item can pay off if the game goes really late. You start farming some waves, you get a lot of extra single target damage in the fight. He has a lot of arrow setup, so this Ags is very tempting because, you know, if you stun a target, you throw that arrow and gives you a huge amount of extra damage on these big tanky targets you have to bring down. I think all of that makes sense to me. But the buildup is very slow compared to something else. Compared to a mech or a Vlad's or a 4-staff, you would have it by now.
Yeah.
And instead, you're just building empty stats for 4K gold that gets there really slow. So
maybe Jabs doesn't die in that situation, right? If you have the mech. Sure. Burst splitter. Oh, it didn't actually hit him. They needed that extra damage to finish off Collapse. And Glimmer Cape dive in from Mira will help him get away, so.
Let's see if this Ags will pay off. Let's see if Q can get there and make it work, because you are missing some decent net worth here off of him having a very good early game that could have translated into something more. At least right now.
If they're losing that fight, now it feels like Aurora, they were stacked quite a bit. They were getting the payoff for it, right? They're getting kills and stuff, but now it feels like they're stacked up, and as a result, getting out-farmed by Team Spirit.
Radiant's middle tower.
Guess who has a Radiance?
Now Lifestealer is actually a threat in these fights.
It's almost all 15-2. Yatoro is, outside of those 2 deaths on lane, he's having a very good game here.
That is a lot of drawing on the map. I think we know where Laurel and Yatoro want to go.
Trajectory has been set here. He's a problem for their lineup unless the focus fire connects on him. It's a big problem. Like I said, he doesn't have to. He can just sit in one of these big boys, let him go in and see what happens. He doesn't have to immediately pop out either. You can see what that initiation looks like. You can just boost their HP. Infest is very strong this game versus relying on spells.
Blow up the Wind Ranger. Best target to catch here. They've got him.
Nice job.
Now, Ollie, 4 staff down from the high ground will help him. Burst Splitter is actually going to land on Laurel. That's going to be a hefty amount of burst damage. They get something in return.
What's that cool frenzy hit, but he can't get it.
Just another thing to help kite the Lifestealer.
The dog getting walked here. Will have to retreat. And he's immediately queued up that Yasha. He needs more move speed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Outside of those kind of pickoffs, though, they kind of got there. Almost feel like Aurora needs to dodge fights during this really tough Radiance timing.
Dire are scanning.
You kind of do want your next set of items. You want this Orchid for Lornoff.
Yeah.
That increases initiation power a lot, particularly against these supports, but you might just catch this Lifestealer off guard.
Yeah, his Orchid,
not have Dispel.
Q's Aghanim Scepter, BKB for 23. Like, these are all really big upgrades.
And you're very close to syncing these all up.
Radiant are scanning.
So chilling right now, not the worst idea. And they got the most useless shard in Dota. Congratulations, Ollie. You have just inflated your buyback cost. Congratulations.
Is that actually the worst one?
Yeah, that's what the text says. Increases your buyback cost by 300 gold.
Wow.
That's the Elder Titan shard. It's really nice. I think it's the worst. I mean, the cooldown's nice, but it's rare that a second stop ever decides too much to reduce cooldown.
Dude, it's such a
core
difference. Phoenix or Grimstroke shard, so much better than Mirana Elder Titan. That legitimately might be the only thing holding back Elder Titan from being like a tier 1 support.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of things holding them back, but the problem is if you give this hero any sort of consistent playability, he just becomes immediately broken.
Yeah.
Got the mini-map flickering off the Infest again. Beautiful. We're gonna probably smoke here and again try and use this Infest HP while it's still really strong to jam the team fight. 5-man smoke from Aurora on the map though. And get the vision to get the jump. And those big items, they got finished up a little hard, right? You have this BKB Wind Ranger. I say that BKB just finished for Collapse too. You're covered in this game.
Doing the Lotus. Team Spirit.
That is not the target you want to go on.
No, not that guy. 3,400 HP.
With almost 20 armor.
Who do you want to go on then? Laurel, he might just blind blink in. Gonna get poked. 23 is gonna go for it.
Oh, they're gonna kite this.
He's going for the tiny half his BKB. He's already controlled up by the Primal Beast. He's starting to get back. They're trying to force staff him backwards. They're gonna charge on through. Knocks him out. Collapse. Hits all 3 of those heroes lined up, and they'll clean up some more. That was some questionable decision making, I think, there.
I mean, at the same time, that's just a beautiful way to force this fight from Team Spirit. They send the Tiny in, the target you can't go on. He's immediately Glimmer Cape swelled, so they can bail him out no matter what. And they bait Aurora out just enough that they come in into that Soulbind. That just steals 23's fate. Those BKBs do nothing for you there when you're linked together. Yeah, that's a smirk of gotcha.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Line and sinker.
I mean,
Prize is mine.
I mean, if Aurora just stay in the trees, right? If they don't bite this tiny bait, that team fight is way stronger for them.
yeah.
But they got pulled out just enough, man.
Laurel just kind of like walked in there, said, go on me.
And sometimes that's the best strat in Dota.
23 obliged.
It's too tempting.
Well, you're certainly going to get some value off of that Ags for Q. The way this is going, might have to do a little bit of ratting with it, honestly. Jab spear, accidentally hitting Laurel as he goes for the blink in. BKB TP out. We'll get him away, no problem.
Radiant's
This is a strong Aegis period, though. And a very strong hero in this game to have it on. As Yatoro can play hyper aggressive, this Radiance is going to be very annoying over the course of 2 lives.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I
attack.
feel like Aurora are just going to try and dodge this. They did get that Mirana Ags finished, so they can rat some waves, they can cut some waves, be pretty annoying.
Yeah, Storm
look for the
Spirit
pickoff.
do it really well for them.
But again, the crux of this game is really coming down to, can you kill the big meaty boys when they group up? And so
Radiant's
far,
middle tower is under attack.
the answer's been no. So you just need more scaling damage here. More control. That focus fire really needs to connect on a good target.
Do you like Ags being the choice here for Lorna?
Dire's top
He wants to
tower
get
is
on the
under attack.
back line and just find a big clump past that frontline target, I think is the idea.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah,
tower
I mean, they've
is
got
under
a
attack.
decent amount of AoE to combo off of it. I kind of get it. I just would have expected more single target damage.
Radiant's middle
Surely you
tower
want the
is under
Plasma at
attack.
some point in this game.
Yeah,
But
100%.
it's a question of when do you get it, what you can do with it. My issue is, I don't know if the Wind Ranger can follow up on the Ag Storm pull that well. It's kind of just the ET stomp into like the Starfalls, and that is a lot of magic damage. But the problem is, are you going to even get there? As Yatoro is just knocking at your door 26 minutes in.
Structures are fortified.
He's got his Orbital Corrosion. He's got bonus minus armor from the neutral slot. And he's got that shard.
Tiny
got
with
infect.
damage there. TPing top 23 cannot afford to get picked off again. He has had his net worth get dropped far too many times. A power shot is going to reveal him.
And that's a DD Tiny waiting to clean him up. Insta TP's bottom. They're trying to close the map out now.
Yeah, this is one of those nice things about Infest, right? You infest with somebody else, they TP to a lane, then after you do that, you can TP to a different lane. Just like that, both side lanes, they flush him out. Aurora no longer able to play there.
Shadows take us.
You're going to need one hell of a team fight. Regain this map control right now. And I don't know if you're doing it into the Aegis. So you still have 2 minutes here if you're Team Spirit to try and force the issue.
They're only up by 5K on Team Spirit, but it feels like a lot more.
Yeah, but that's 5K on Yatoro.
Yeah.
So that's like 10K on a normal Dota player.
Stupendous!
It's going to hit high ground again. He's got an Aegis to burn.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Is Aurora going to fight this? They don't have the Aghanim Scepter yet on the Storm Spirit. I almost kind of wonder if they just say, give this up.
Rax at 28 minutes to the first Aegis. That feels bad, man.
I mean, if any team's going to do it, it's Aurora.
Radiant
Right?
structures are fortified.
Yeah, but
They believe in their scale. Don't want to get pulled into a team fight they can't win.
come on. I mean, you do have spearback potential. This Rage is really damn annoying.
Has fallen.
Maybe now he's a little far forward. They can take away that Aegis State too.
So he's gonna have another range coming up, but there is a window here.
He's not going to go for the spear back, and that's probably wise. Team Spirit were really looking to pull the trigger. If they tried to go on Yatoro, I think everybody was going to jump in after that.
You also have to keep in mind this toss save and come out, kind of reset that initial go.
Yeah, that's true.
Another reason the Storm Ags could be pretty influential in this game. I mean, Lordoff has found a decent amount of farm here. He's not far behind. If you can get that completed, you pull 2 or 3 heroes into a stomp. That's going to do some serious damage.
Smoke up. You know, Team Spirit, after pushing in mid for so long, they got to correct their side lanes.
Yeah,
so.
but Yatoro just drew their smoke for them.
They were a little bit, they were split for like 5 seconds, and then Team Spirit, just like that, defensive group up on their side of the map with a shield rune Tiny that they're going to jump on. They do get the Phoenix, though. That's a big pickup for Aurora. Pulverize getting grabbed in the Wind Ranger once that again. This Wind Ranger cannot survive against the Primal Beast.
Oh, Class got him, too.
Stops Warnock TP away and slams him down. They are going to get all 3 of these cores. Laurel might die. He does, so they get a 2 for 4 in the end to the favor of Team Spirit. A very healthy Yatoro now looks to take that melee barracks.
That was a really nice shackle to finish off the Tiny, but the AoE coming in from Team Spirit is just absurd. They just clear through him. Highest damage done by Yatoro.
Babushka, wanting to waste no time, uses Inkswell on one of the sleeping creeps from the Elder Titan Stomp. Dispels it so the creep will run down the lane so they can break backdoor protection literally like 1 second sooner.
Every little bit matters when you are playing against Aurora here. At any minute, this game could go another 50.
MKB done. I mean, this has already been no problem for Collapse to pulverize the Wind Ranger and kill him with Yatoro's help. But now, even the Wind Run won't protect 23 Savage from Yatoro's wrath. They're going to infest back out here.
Team Spirit are just not giving them easy targets. Again, who do you go on in these fights? It's been Laurel, but when your best target is to go on the 3,000 HP Tiny with Sunray Inkswell behind him, good luck, right?
Yeah.
That, to me, is the power of Lifestealer in this draft. It just prevents them having any good initiation. And their lineup relies on it. They don't have a carry that can walk in and just start casually hitting people and seeing how the fight develops. It's all in or nothing. You're committing the Ranger BKB and Focus Fire, you're not. You're committing the Storm Jump or not. Otherwise, nothing is happening. You're still looking for that Storm Spirit Ags, but you are losing your base while you're trying to get there. And of course, that was an early first Roshan, so that next one's coming up soon.
Yeah, no reason to hit that second lane of barracks when Roshan is coming up like this. Don't want to throw that one away to Aurora. So back out, wait for Rosh to spawn. We'll give a little bit of time, though. I mean, Aurora are probably praying it's a late Roshan, so they have time to get 23 Savage, another round of items. He's got Manta. Now he's going to go back for Lincoln's because this Pulverized has been destroying him so badly.
I mean, honestly, the pickoff game from Aurora just hasn't been there. I think it's because they really lack some lane shove. I mean, this Mirana Ags, I think, was supposed to make up for it a little bit, but by the time you get it, the map's compressed a bit. And instead, it's been Team Spirit proposing the threat with Infested Tiny that caught the Wind Ranger top once, caught some other heroes mid. Aurora's biggest strength in their lineup to me is like the Storm pull into an arrow, the Wind Ranger finding somebody on the side of a map, maybe an arena that's laying up. If you can split this ball up, you're way happier taking those engagements, but so far it has just been smashing your head into this brick wall 5-on-5. And I mean, Team Spirit will welcome that. They have all the HP just sitting there waiting for you, hoping you will break your head against this Primal Beast Carapace.
And I have a funny feeling that Aurora is going to do just that. They're approaching the high ground ward. Collapse, he's well set up to go for it here. Inkswell is on him. He didn't immediately go for the onslaught charge in. Just going to let Aurora keep trying this.
Does have a gem, so that Mirana ult was not necessarily doing a lot, but he will wait it out. Again, the clock is ticking here for Aurora as Roshan is going to respawn. Team Spirit know it. No reason to give the fight to Aurora. They will just camp their obs.
I mean, there's no way you should take this fight in the like running straight through this area. Like, surely the play is to wrap around.
They're gonna do it now.
They're gonna go for it. BKB immediately blink, grab the Storm Spirit, and he's dead. Now 23 Savage does have a freer game because of that one. They do manage to cut down Laurel and go towards in the back line. So this is not too bad. Yatoro has had to spend a lot of his time inside of this arena due to the range wearing out. But 23 needs to get outside of the range of this guy, and he can't get outside of the range of open wounds.
And KB steals his fate for sure. That Inksoul move speed has been huge in this fight.
He blinked, did not get hit by the spear as a result. The jabs threw out to try and help out Q. Inkswell got him on the edge. Well played by Maposhka.
You get the troll camp though, that's value.
Very value.
They're not going to go for Roshan. They are going to take some buildings here.
Yeah, mid lane was pushed in, so backdoor protection is down.
I mean, you called the man pushed into that high ground ward. Storm first.
Radiant structures are fortified.
A bold move by Lornoff, but it does not pay off at all as Team Spirit insta-jump him, take the biggest target out of the fight. That was the Ag Storm they needed to pull them back in that 5-on-5. It's nothing on.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Backdoor protection went up. Are they going to be able to eat through it?
I think they really do, actually.
Got it.
Radiant's bottom barracks is
Yatoro is just that powerful. Dude, his net worth is out of control. To see this kind of differential on a Lifestealer is... Yeah, it is impressive.
Not the fastest farming hero in the game.
He's just done it through the fights, man. He is just chunking. And there's no real way to bail out your Storm in a situation like that. You can throw down the Stomp, you can throw the Earthsplitter, but everybody's going to be spell immune. Good luck.
Take us.
Jabs with a Hex now. Okay, that's some significant initiation power. Does he want this Primal?
Is there any way he can catch?
There's a creep running around too. That's Yatoro.
Lifestealer. Problem is, Yatoro's been using the Infest so well. He is never in a position to get caught by any sort of jump from Aurora.
I wonder why he's opted to just run around this creep, but it looks cool.
I think it's vision.
Look at him go.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This is the ultimate taunt. There you go on this little neutral creep.
Hey, Team Spirit, the mid and bottom waves are pushing in.
Yeah, they have base problems.
Aurora has to do something eventually.
It's the same situation as bottom. Team Spirit are not going to jump you. They're just going to sit here. You're the one who has to respond. You are the one who has to force the issue. A game of patience.
Radiant's
A
middle
battle
tower
of wills.
is under attack.
Who will blink first?
Dire are scanning.
Creep. Going in, killing the wave.
Got it.
He comes out of the creep.
Okay, time to force Aurora's hand by doing Roshan.
They're gonna soft do it here, right? This
Yeah,
is not
Roshan's
like
gonna roar, and then they're gonna back out probably. Or not. There it goes.
They just don't want Yatoro to get half HP off this or something. They're just trying to bait him in. They see Q in the base, but he'll TP out. These lanes are gonna start adding up, man.
Yeah, Q didn't even really clean out the creep wave.
Has fallen.
Lost a barracks bottom for this fight. You are all in on it.
Another roar. Arrow scouting things out. Hits Laurel.
Decent amount of damage with the Spirit Amp.
Yeah, and a power shot added on top of that one. Nobody wants to jump on the side of Aurora. They're going to Moonlight Shadow, start wrapping their way around, but they know about the vision that's in lane.
So many good wards here for Spirit.
Oh, they have this vision on the side as well. They actually jumped on the Q, and Lornoff goes to the back line. He spotted the Phoenix and wanted to go for that one, but Jabs couldn't really follow it up, so now Jabs going to be grabbed during his BKB as he tries to retreat back and just gets demolished by Team Spirit. It's the lost team fight. It's just question who gets out. Maybe 23 can chase after Collapse here. He actually has him dead.
Okay.
Got him on the focus fire BKB, but the problem is once the BKB wears out, if the Lifestealer grabs him, he's dead, and that's where Lornoff comes in to try and intercept, but he gets hit by the Hex, is hit by the Silence, and now he gives up his life to spare 23 Savage.
Mira, this is the same as those other Hex games. He is always on point with these clutch Hexes in the late game. And that's a problem because you cannot find this Phoenix. The one time you found it with Lornoff, that fight is already a disaster. Gem recovered, or stolen I should say as well. And it's just an impossible fight. Where do you get the angle versus lineup? You almost wish you could infest the Wind Ranger into the storm and jump your Wind Ranger deep or something. I don't know. Abyssal, I mean, this is just, now this is the nightmare for Wind Ranger. Abyssal MKB. When you're this far ahead, you're just hunting it now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It takes too much to kill one of these other cores. It just always means his BKB win run wears out, and Yatoro will catch up to him.
He has that 1 6 or 7 second interval to get something done. He kills Collapse, but then Yatoro just hunts you down. And I also want to point out that Inkswell has helped Yatoro a lot in these fights.
Yeah.
The extra move speed alone with it, you know, or the stun just lingering there, all he has to do is follow this Wind Ranger. He doesn't even have to hit him. The Inkswell will eventually catch up to him, stun him, and then you're gone. It's helped him a lot. The small synergies here for Spirit really counting in these team fights down the road. Aurora hanging on by a knife's edge. One more lane of racks down, 15k and an Aegis. Dare I say it, Austin, but the meat torpedo has proved too girthy here.
Meat torpedo comes for us all in the end.
Got a little cheese to go along with it. Lincoln's for 23. I mean, again, is this Lincoln's, like, you need it? Like, it feels like you gotta kill Yatoro or bust at this point.
Yeah.
You have to eliminate the problem in the fight, which is this Lifestealer, and you're gonna have to do it twice, as Team Spirit are likely gonna siege your high ground right now.
Decent late game upgrade right there. Charge for the Tiny. Maybe this is where they get it though. Scythe. Take the... Oh! Missed out on the spear there.
I mean, they have the swell anyway.
Yeah.
I think
what happens if you activate the swell on the middle of... while you're being speared?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You just stop being speared?
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Either way, I think they should be spearing him back.
Yeah.
Because they want to go for this play.
That's what I thought.
Create a larger gap, make the Grim blink in or something.
Probably just so scary against that Scythe device.
Yeah, it is. If you blink in with this Mars, there's a decent chance that you get blink pulverized, you get Scythe, you get soulbound. I mean, there's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Oh, caught him on the corner camp. Not enough to kill him, but still impressive. Collapse still tried to chase after him too inside the base.
5,000 HP. Double Havoc Hammer as well for these meaty boys.
Illusion.
Just a couple lads out here playing Dota 2.
$5,000 kilogram beast approaches the high ground.
You thought the heart meta was over.
Yatoro begins.
They're gonna try and go up to this rage.
Tried to go for the spear back, but got used. Instantly sights, arrow, trying to stop some of these heroes. Lornoff actually gets a jump, but Mira still has the option.
Use the focus fire.
Mira can't commit in. Took out the other Titan in one shot. Laurel catches him, blows him up. Now they got the Supernova pulverized combo on top of the Wind Ranger 2. And 23 does not have buyback where all he did. So it's now 4 versus 5, 4 versus 6, really, with the Aegis still up on this light. Another Yules. All of these initiations just being countered time and time and time again. Another buyback, another jump, another attempt at Yatoro's life that will not work for Aurora.
They cannot kill anything in this damn game. There's way too much bailout, way too much save, way too much HP to burn through. They're pushing to the enemy fountain. Yatoro diving again is the only question that remains.
Silenced again, and that's going to be a tieback for Lordoff.
He has opted not to dive the fountain. No, he's thinking about it. He tells Laurel to. And once more, Yatoro will end a game in the enemy fountain, where he can gaze upon the Aegis with his name enshrined on it and go, "That was me. I am him."